Good day, everyone. Today we will discuss measuring quantities of time, conversion from one unit to another. But before we proceed to our discussion, do not forget to like our videos and share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. So time. Time is a period which an action or event occurs. It's very important and the fundamental quantities of the physical world. Everything you do is bounded with time, which is why we say that time is gold and it is measured by clocks, just like this analog and this digital. As we know, Earth revolves around the Sun for 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes, and 46 seconds. However, 365 days is adopted as an equivalent to 1 year. The extra hours and minutes creates a year with the additional day that happens once in 4 years, and that year can be called leap year. What month is that day added? So it is February because we will have February 29 once in 4 years. So here is a table that shows the unit of time. 60 seconds is to 1 minute, 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour, 24 hours is equal to 1 day, 12 months equals 1 year, 365 days equals 1 year, 366 days equals 1 leap year, 10 years equals 1 decade, 20 years equals 1 score, 100 years equals 1 century, and 1,000 years equals 1 millennium. So you give the equivalent of the following. So 26 years equals how many decades? So from the conversion table, we will see that 10 years equals 1 decade. So we can divide this 26 years to get the number of decades. So 26 years divided by 10 is 2.6. So we have 2.6 decades. Now for number 2, 12 minutes equals how many seconds? So from the conversion table, we have 60 seconds equals 1 minute. So we could multiply the number of minutes and multiply the number of seconds to get the number of seconds. So we have 1 minute equals 60 seconds. Multiply both sides by 12. You will have 12 minutes equals 720 seconds. For number 3, 5,500 years equals how many centuries? From the conversion table, we'll see 100 years equals 1 century. So we can divide 5,500 by 100 years to get the number of centuries. So we have 55 centuries. Okay, we proceed to number 4. 3 days equals how many hours? So from the conversion, we have 24 hours equals 1 day. So we could multiply both sides by 24 or by 3. We get 3 days equals 72 hours. For number 5, 30 months equals how many years? So we have 12 months equals 1 year. We divide 30 by 12, we got 2 years and 6 months. And as we can see, 6 is half of 12 months. So we can say 2.5 years. Now, for number 6, we get 1 century. So 1 century is equal to how many scores? We'll see. But before that, we only know that 20 years is equal to 1 score. So we should convert the century to years first. So 1 century is equal to 100 years. Now it is in years. We can divide the number of years into 20 years to get the number of scores. So we have 5 scores. Now let's solve real life problems involving time. So flight from Manila to Legazpi is 45 minutes. If the plane takes off at 3:25 p.m., what time will it arrive in Legazpi? So what is the conversion that we will use here? It is 1 hour equals 60 minutes. So we have 3:25 p.m. can also be stated as 3 hours and 25 minutes after midday. Now we have 3 hours and 25 minutes, and we will add the 45 minutes travel time. So we will get 3 hours and 70 minutes. And as we remember, in the conversion, 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, and 70 is greater than 60, which means we cannot say that 3 hours and 70 minutes is our final answer. Now, to get the right time, we will subtract 60 to 70, so we get 1, and then 1.10, so we have 10 minutes left, so we have 4 hours and 10 minutes after midday, which means that the plane will arrive in Legazpi at 4:10 p.m. Now we go to our second question. It takes 3 hours and 20 minutes to wash the windows of a building. There are 20 windows. How many minutes does it take to wash each window? So we will use the conversion, same as earlier, 1 hour equals 20 minutes, because we are given with hours and we would have to know the number of minutes. To note the number of minutes of 3 hours, we will multiply the conversion by 3 both sides. So we have 3 hours equals 3 times 60 minutes, which is 180 minutes. And because we have a total of 3 hours and 20 minutes, we will add the 180 minutes plus 20 to get the total minutes all windows were washed. And now we will divide it by 20 windows. We get. Let's proceed to our second problem. It takes 3 hours and 20 minutes to wash a window of a building. There are 20 windows. How many minutes does it take to wash each window? So the conversion we will use is 1 hour equals 60 minutes because we were given number of hours and we will have to know the number of minutes. So since we have 3 hours, we have to convert that first to minutes. So 3 times 1 hour equals 3 times 60 minutes, which is 3 hours equals 180 minutes. And since we have 3 hours and 20 minutes, so 120 plus 20 equals 200 minutes divided by the number of windows, which is 20 windows. And in solving that, we will have that it takes 10 minutes to wash each window. I hope you understood our discussion under time. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and God bless.